Dear friends, welcome to another episode of Geopolitical and Military News. In this video, we will talk about the Force of Unmanned Systems, the new branch of the Ukrainian armed forces dedicated exclusively to drone operations. On this Tuesday, February 6, Ukrainian President Zelenskiy has ordered the creation of a new branch of the Ukrainian armed forces, a branch that will be dedicated exclusively to aerial, land, and naval drones. In the decree he signed, President Zelenskiy asked the General Staff to handle the details for the creation of a branch exclusively for drones, emphasizing that the work should be done as quickly as possible, but without specifying a date. In his usual nightly message, Zelensky said that drones are not weapons of the future, but of the present, and that the role they are playing today requires them to have their own command structure so they can extract their full potential on the battlefield. Despite drones attracting media attention in this war, these systems have existed and been operated for decades, with the first models dating back to the 1950s and 1960s. However, it was only in the 1980s, with the advancement of electronics, that these systems truly began to stand out, as was the case with the Mohajer-1, the Iranian observation drone developed in 1985 and extensively used in the war against Iraq in the 1990s. With the improvement of secure satellite data links, large aerial attack platforms began to emerge, such as the MQ-1 Predator, from 1995, with a length of over 8 meters, a wingspan of almost 15 meters, and capable of carrying two AGM-114 Hellfire missiles on missions of up to 24 hours. It served as the basis, in 2007, for the MQ-9 Reaper, even larger, with a length of 11 meters, a wingspan of 20 meters, and an impressive payload capacity of 1,700 kilograms for up to 27 hours, equivalent to up to 8 Hellfire missiles or a combination of 4 missiles and 2 laser-guided GBU paveway bombs. Gigantic reconnaissance and observation drones were also developed, such as the impressive RQ, for Global Hawk, with a wingspan of nearly 15 meters, a wingspan of 40 meters, and an autonomy of over 34 hours, carrying almost 2 tons of optical and electronic observation and reconnaissance equipment. Other countries did not waste time, as was the case with the Turks from Baykar, who set out to develop large attack platforms, such as the Bayraktar TB2, a true international bestseller that began to stand out in the hands of Azerbaijan in the war against Armenia in 2020. With a length of 6 meters and a wingspan of 12 meters, it is capable of carrying up to 4 high-precision missiles. The Bayraktar TB2 has become an icon among attack drones. Despite this wide variety of drones, these equipments used to be more employed in special missions for the elimination of important targets. With this starting to change in 2020, in the Nagorno-Karabakh war, with Azerbaijan launching heavy drones like the Bayraktar TB2 and small kamikaze drones like the Israeli IAI Harop against Armenia, in addition to a wide range of observation drones that allowed Azerbaijanis to monitor Armenian movements and adjust artillery fire. That conflict was indeed the first where drones were effectively deployed en masse, with their role seen as decisive for Azerbaijan's rapid and decisive victory over Armenia. But where drones are truly standing out in every way is in the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Despite all the international aid received by Ukraine in nearly 2 years of war, Russia remains the world's second-largest armed force, mainly in terms of armored vehicles, with an estimated fleet of thousands of vehicles that, in the first weeks of the invasion, advanced against Ukraine from all its borders. As of April 2022, after the Russians withdrew from northern Ukraine, dispelling the specter of an attempt to occupy Kiev, the Ukrainians, who were already well armed with Western anti-tank missiles, began to seek cheaper alternatives to face Russian tanks. With this search leading them to drones, such as the Turkish Bayraktar TB2. However, despite its undeniable operational capability, it is a relatively large drone and, therefore, more easily detectable and interceptable by Russian air defenses. The Ukrainians then began to seek something more discreet to radars, with the idea of using small domestic observation drones emerging. Basically, the Ukrainians took a small observation drone and attached an anti-tank RPG grenade. Thanks to high-resolution cameras, the operator is able to accurately target the weak points of armored vehicles, such as the rear of the turret, often resulting in impressive explosions that include the ejection of the heavy turret, the result of a design feature of Soviet tanks, in which the ammunition is placed inside and under the turret. The Russians, obviously, did not lag behind and set out to launch their drones into the battlefield, resorting to Iran's help, which has been supplying large quantities of the Shahed-136, a high-altitude kamikaze drone capable of carrying an explosive payload of up to 60 kilograms. But unlike the Ukrainians, the Russians are not so committed to adapting commercial drones for attack missions, with Moscow preferring to opt for specific systems for military use. On the Ukrainian side, The use of drones has reached a level never seen in any other armed force, with thousands of young people using their vast experiences with the operation of commercial drones and electronic games, now dedicating themselves to hunting down enemy armored vehicles and soldiers invading their country, often destroying large 50-ton steel monsters with small drones weighing just a few kilograms. Drones are also standing out in the destruction of highly strategic economic targets, such as Russian gas and oil refineries and terminals. Much of the revenue sustaining Putin's invasion of Ukraine comes from gas and fuel exports, with Ukrainians using very long-range drones to target these installations, directly affecting Russian war efforts. In naval warfare, Ukraine is also standing out with drones, with successive attacks resulting in damage and the sinking of many ships from the powerful Russian Black Sea Fleet, such as a recent attack in February 2024 that resulted in the sinking of a missile corvette through the use of swarm-type drone attacks. All this has proven the importance of drones in modern warfare, with the decree signed by President Zelenskiy ordering the creation of a specific branch for these equipments, demonstrating how vital they are to Ukraine's defensive effort. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now to support us, and leave your like. Until next time.